positive picture than actually exists.
So I'll do an end-of-day review. It's been a while. It was a pretty good day.
Witnessed that
Wasn't too bad.
over the last week at minimum, Dr. J. Nor do I want to dismiss seasonality, which Bright Kramer was talking today starts actually of pullback.
No, pretty good. I've heard some things about
well over the past 20 years.
proskeys. Nothing I saw. Clean mill. I mean, there was some dust on the floor. I mean, good God, it's a fucking sawmill after all. What do you do? So we were working some ash today. It was pretty good. You know, apparently there's some stuff about ash that with the scrap pieces, you got to make a pallet of it. Got to do a little bit of the work on the width. I found myself having a belly on some pallets, stacks when we were doing them, so I got to keep an eye on that. But other than that, I'm pretty sure I know the rail distances now, because a little bit you get all that 6s, 5s. 6s, 5s. I don't think they really kick any 4s, but every once in a while you'll hit a 4 in the pack or something like that. But the 10s, everything really bigger than that goes off on the other side, which I haven't got to the other side, so I don't have to worry about that quite yet. Trying to assist those guys so they don't have to do the 4x6s or whatever they are there. The 8-foots, I've been tightening those up. It's a nice tight rail, man. You could take a 10-foot 4x6 and just shoot it right down that rail. Pretty easy. You know, like, you're carrying 6-foot treads all damn day. You know, that stuff not going to really beat you up too much. I got a good cardio, so that's not much to it. No button pushing, no torch kicking the shit out of you. I'm not soaking wet all day. You know, so you do that. You do the ups and the downs on what it is. Haven't really heard much about anything, but we're not going to really go into details about any of that anyways. I want to be nice to Prosky in there. Like I said, it's a clean shop, you know, as far as what it is. I mean, of course, the yard's going to be a little beat up. It's still, yeah, you need to use that much equipment on there, and you're not on hard pan. It's going to happen. But, yeah, other than that, not too bad. You know, get the pallets, mostly 10-foot, 9-foot, and 8-foot. Then you got to carry the 7s and 6s for the 4x6s, which ain't too bad. I'm sure there's differences in weight. Hardwoods are what they are. This is, I'm sure it's green wood. I don't think it's kilned yet or seasoned. I'm not sure about that material. We'll get into that. I'm sure at some point in time that'll come up. But other than that, just the sizes and stuff. There's a grader on top. He's grading it right out. You know, and you got to use that rail. You know, the only thing I'd like to see on there is just, you know, get a couple of yardsticks and then snap them off in there or something like that. Get one of those old beat up tape measures that you can't do no more, and just stretch it from that one so that they know right where the 8-foot line is, because it'll say about 6 feet to that rail. It'll stick out about 2 foot, and then all you have to know is a foot, and that'll help that out a lot. I know that would have helped me out today. A couple of spots, 3 or 4 spots on that rail, so I can kind of just look at it. Oh, that's what that is. Just take the thinking right out of it. You know, because that, yeah, like I said, then I'm just looking for so much inside of here. And also, well, the 10-footers, you know, something like that, when they stretch across a certain amount, because they go on pallets, and those are your end pieces on those 10-footers for those 2-inch ones and 1.5-inch stuff. You know, I think that, I mean, that's where I obviously would have lost it a little bit with the first thing in the morning. I don't want to be pissing off those guys yet, having to have them readjust the pallets and stack. So if you can avoid that at all costs in life, that's what that is. But other than that, like I said, it's good distances from everything. Didn't hurt my hands very much at all. We'll leave some of that alone. They have obviously different standards and different rules. This is not writing new fucking mandates into the thing. Yeah, obviously this is Republican territory over here for sure.
We know tapering's coming, but until it does, we're going to have about $700 billion still pumped in probably.
Which is weird, because you would think about it, and it's like, well, why aren't you a Democrat?
There is no alternative. The 1.3%
I don't know. Just having some fun with it.
push and pull, and we can just
Yeah, when it comes to me, I've always had a thing for being the pen gloss Prometheus type, so that's where I like to be. Hopefully you don't mind these reviews too much. Like I said, I'm playing the game right now. You know, I'm coming from some big numbers and things like that, and hopefully they saw that on my resume and stuff like that. But that's not exactly what I'm trying to do right here. You know, that's gonna be, you know, in the future, to things to Ghost of Christmas future, things that I have to deal with and play around with regionally, and you know, so it's something I have to consider. But I'll give them a little bit of a do. I think it's, like I said, it's dry. It's nothing too heavy. I'm not getting the shit kicked out of me by a fucking torch. I'm not driving 6,000 miles to work every morning. And as far as getting up in the morning and being done at 3 o'clock, that's not so bad. So, seems like the regular days on what it is. And it doesn't seem like they're too, you know, it doesn't seem like I'm going to catch something later on. Excuse me. Doesn't seem like I'm going to catch something later on about, well, extra hours this and, you know, scrape and scrunch for that later on. I'm sure it'll come up. It always does. But, you know, at some point in time when you know, it's just the nature of those kinds of industries, because you got to take it when it's there, as far as that kind of material sitting in the bay and the yards and stuff. And as much as that stuff looks big, it can fill up quick and it can make problems, so you got to deal with it right then and there on those things. But of course, I don't know what their standards are yet. We're still just figuring that out. I can't take my Pavlovian skid steer Stockholm syndrome in everywhere I go, so we'll just leave it at that. Catch you on the next one. Hey, wrong button. Hit the program.